Hello everybody, Jason Basin here, and this is a new video about my record collection under the title A Voice for Vinyl. Today we're gonna shine a light on my new wave records, and as the Sisters of Mercy were my favorite group in the 80s, we're gonna shine a light first on their albums, some of their albums and records. That's already the listing for from all the editions for A Voice for Vinyl. I can tell you that the next video will be the first part about record covers and sleeves. But now we're gonna shine a light on the new wave records. This is the first record, Sisters of Mercy and the Maxi Alice. Beautiful. We have also a cover from 1969 from the Stooges on this album. It was released in 1983. One of their best records. I found this one of their best numbers. Then we have the Sisters of Mercy and Temple of Love, the Maxi Edition extended version. We have here the cover, Gimme Shelter of the Rolling Stones. I received this record from my sister. I have still have the original inner sleeve 2010-1984, 20 October 1984. I chose this one in a record store in Bruges. Sisters of Mercy. This is another one of Sisters of Mercy, the Reptile House EP. They used all kinds of colors, the Sisters of Mercy. This was in pink, Kiss Lights, Valentine, Fix and Burn. Really a record for the real Sisters of Mercy fans, because it's the entry to the music. It was not so commercial, let's say, not so easily to get into the music of this Reptile House EP. But nevertheless, it's a real good record. From this record, I don't have the original sleeve. I bought it as with this sleeve, 12-inch shingle. This is the record Body and Soul, Body Electric from the Sisters. With on the other side, we find Train and After Hours. And then we come to their first legendary album, Sisters of Mercy, First and Last and Always, with on this record nice numbers like Marian and No Time to Cry and 9 While 9. A real nice inner sleeve. Also the Sisters of Mercy, at that time still with Wayne Hussey and Gary Marks. Wayne Hussey would form the Mission afterwards. This is a record some years later than the First, Last and Always, Sisters of Mercy with the Maxi of This Corrosion. Singer Andrew Eldridge at that time, he worked with Patricia Morrison. Patricia Morrison, who was before that bass player in the legendary Gun Club, So this Corrosion, here we find Torch and Colors with that song. Then back in the 80s, I was a big fan of Ian McCulloch and the Bunnymen, Echo and the Bunnymen. I had my hair the same way. This is one of the highlights also from the New Wave area. This is Ocean Rain from Echo and the Bunnymen with the singles The Killing Moon and Seven Seas on it. Really nice number. Really an album on the same foot as the First and Last and Always, on the same level. Then a record that also blows you off your socks is this one, The Cure live, with the album Concerts, a live album recorded, mostly recorded in Oxford and London. Most on several dates in London and some in Oxford. Also one of the highlights in my New Wave collection. Another great album, the Bullock Brothers live performances, with some tracks live performed on the Seaside Festival in the Panne Adinkerke here in Belgium. And we find, of course, all their greatest classics like horror movies, The Bunker, Pretty Vacant. They also did a performance with Michael Fagan. Michael Fagan, that was the man that went into the bedroom, who got into the bedroom of the Queen of England, and he performs a cover of Vincent. And this one was really the concurrence for the Sisters of Mercy, the Cults, with their absolute great album Love. Real nice sleeve here, with singer Ian Asbury, who would later sing with the other remaining members of the Doors. Except the drummer, I guess he didn't agree with that, so he performed as Riders on the Storm with the keyboard player and the guitarist of the Doors, Robbie Krieger, the Cult. What would I say? The Cult. On this record, She Sells Sanctuary, on that number I danced my socks off on the new wave parties and on the normal parties back in the 80s. Then a group I saw back in 1985 live on the Seaside Festival. It was Siouxsie and the Banshees. Nowadays Siouxsie still makes music, but without her Banshees. Siouxsie and the Banshees, absolute wonderful double live album Nocturne, really nice inner sleeve. At that time she was doing a tour with on the guitar the man from The Cure, Robert Smith. On this album, absolutely top, Israel, Dear Prudence, the cover from the Beatles. They also do Helter Skelter, another cover from a Beatles number. Then I have here Aroma di Amore, Zonder Omzien. It's a Flemish group who made really nice music. This is a rather rare record from them. They were very good live. On this mini album we find 6 tracks. So Aroma di Amore. Then we have here the album from Red Lorry, Yellow Lorry, Talk About the Weather. Really nice records. There are some words written on it. To Patsy, lots of love. Chris, that is Chris Reed, the singer of Red Lorry, Yellow Lorry, on this album. Really nice tracks as Hollow Eyes and what's that other? Yeah, Talk About the Weather, also a very nice number. Red Lorry, Yellow Lorry were performing some years ago here in Belgium. Then I have here the Executive Slacks album Fire and Ice, with the covers, let's say no covers, but the nice tracks on it. White Fields, very nice number. And yeah, they did a little cover on this one, Rock and Roll, from Gary Glitter. And there is also the nice track Say It Isn't So, that were Executive Slacks. Then we continue with this one, Pill Public Image Limited, a double 12-inch into one cover with their hits on it. This Is Not a Love Song, and also That Disco, Annalisa, to name a few. There is also a very nice poster in it. I'll show it to you, with one of my favorite singers, John Lydon. He is not only a good singer, he is also a very intelligent man when it comes to interviews and things like that. Here is another time. Really a group to my heart, Public Image Limited, and they are back on the road again. They are again together, and they are giving concerts, which I find very nice, and I hope